How's that?
How's what?
Did it go? There it is. I want to look good for the Camry.
That's my flare that
My
Jason
dad,
put to her.
was it my mom or dad? Bless their hearts. They're in the grave now. They've lived a long 96 years. And my mom would say, turn that Camry on.
Yeah.
Camry.
The Camry.
All right, here we go. All right, we're leaving Tiny Town. 34 acres. Man, just show them over there. Show them the prairie. Prairie, there it is. And then look, the prairie's land goes to the end of this corner right here where this fence is. And I'm thinking, man, I love to have an over the road sidewalk. So right there is the end of Tiny Town. And then right here, because we're stopped on the middle of Industrial Road, right here is where we start the mountain property, right there where that flag is. So we could almost cross over. So where we're going now, believe it or not, because all this area is the 160 acre mountain property, we're gonna drive down to Buffalo Creek. This is the mountain. We sold it as the mountain. It's real nice. It's got its own entry right here. They've got these big pecan trees going. And then from here down.
We don't have any pecan trees.
Yeah, those are pecans.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. No.
Since when?
I ain't kidding you.
They ain't walnut?
And then turn here, and this is Buffalo Creek.
Buffalo Creek.
Yeah. So we just showed you the plat map of how this lays. This is the road. It'll go way back in the holler, right? The property to the right, there's some short trees you guys can see right there to the left of your screen, and they're not real mature. So this used to be a big field, and it lays really, really well. I don't know if Amanda's truck, I don't care to take Amanda's truck plumb back in them woods.
You better
and
not get it all
up.
scratched up.
Let's see here. So I'm going to drive this little road, and I thought about leaving.
And that's industrial to the right. That's
Yeah.
industrial road.
So this lays really well. There's an old creek bed right there, and we got a power line. We can't build, of course, under the power line. And I'm going to try to make this thing look really nice. But see this over here, Amanda? So we've taken this woodland here, and we've cut through here, and I wanted to plug little houses, probably in credit boxes or little cottages, up through this area before we hit the mountain part of it. So let me go back up here a little bit. It was a scratch. And then we got another one. And there's a road. This road loops all the way around.
I can't
Do what?
show that. Go there.
You're doing good. There you go. So this road cuts through the woodland, and on that plat map that we showed at the beginning of the video is at the very bottom. You go in, go to the right, and it's all this area here. So we've taken this and kind of cut it up into sections, these roads. I'm not sure how far. I haven't driven her truck through here. I'm looking forward to four-wheeling and maybe getting stuck. And
Oh my God, Randy!
look at the mud, Amanda.
Oh, why you gotta be like this?
You want to go back a little further?
Tore up everything I've got. You've tore up
You've
everything
almost
I got.
cussed. You can't be using foul. Ow! What was that? Oh,
Get out! No, where is that? No.
we're stuck.
Oh, Randy!
Now we're stuck.
Well, put it.
How we get out of here? What's 4A mean, Amanda?
I don't know.
Look at that. Ford tough. Yep, it's a Ford. Hey, what was that? That's a very big hole, wasn't
That
it?
was a big hole.
Well, man, I couldn't see with all the grass in there. Let's try it again.
Well, be sure and drive it like you're on the highway.
Hey, let's try it again.
Oh my God! Yeah, let's do it again. Please don't tear up my truck.
Did the camera hit you right in the nose?
I don't know. I don't know. I felt like my shoulder's sore. I don't know what.
Your shoulders
My
tore.
shoulder's sore.
God.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're gonna go all the way around, and look. This is what I love about it. See that little place in there?
Yeah.
We can
now
tuck.
that's pretty. I remember
Yeah.
walking over her.
We can tuck little places in there. You know what? There's a big old hump of dirt they left, so I can't go all the way around. Hey, let's get out real quick.
All right. Well, now we have to move here.
All right, you want me to hold the camera for you?
Well, I mean, I gotta get out. Well,
Here, I got it. Here we go. All right, I know we're gonna make you guys sick holding this camera like this. Isn't this pretty? Man, I look at this land and I can see it already done.
Now I remember us going over here last summer.
You
Right
do?
over here in this real pretty little.
Well, you're so
patch right
pretty
here.
today, Amanda.
Oh my God! Well, thank you. I'm so tired.
Why are you tired?
I don't know. Well, the dog's keeping me up, but man, it's pretty out through here. I can see all kinds of wildflowers.
Here,
That's
let's
like a
walk out
wild
in here.
rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this road wraps all the way around. It's
so
a big
pretty.
circle right here.
Yeah.
Let's
I
walk
love
in
this
here.
over here.
So you can see these little blue flags.
What's the blue flag?
Well, I came in here and I marked the road where I wanted a road. So this was actually going to be a cul-de-sac. You come in here and I was going to put
it's
home,
pretty.
home, you know, little homes along. And this is kind of like a little
Here, let me hold
a little circle of homes.
Yeah, this is pretty.
So I just came out with the new cottage. And I think, man, the cottages, little bitty cottages, would look so pretty in here. So this is its own little courtyard. And I could see coming in here, and you pulling into your cottage, and there's probably 5 or 6 homes just in this little cul-de-sac of cottages. Yep. And then this lays really well because it goes, this is our property line right over in there, and it goes right back up in here, and I can tuck these little homes all over this area. And now you guys are seeing the raw footage right here. And then as we build this, we'll show you where the lots are gonna be, but I'm gonna hammer this thing out. We're gonna expedite this and get this process down.
Well, and two, you know, it's going to be better because before it takes longer doing something for the very first time.
Yeah.
We know exactly what's going on now. We know what the challenges are. We know what it takes.
COVID's gone.
COVID's
all that
gone,
stuff, supply
all
issues.
That kind of stuff's gone.
Yep.
So now we know.
And we had to run the sewer, Amanda, all the way up through here. So we got all the infrastructure coming this way already.
Oh, this is pretty.
And I'm changing around a few utilities that we're doing. But this road, you can see it goes up and around. We've left a big hump of dirt we can't go over, but we'll go up and around, and it's a big circle.
Okay.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you from here. We'll go back into remember that long holler road that we had?
Yes.
It'll go all the way back up in there, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like.
Okay.
All right. All right, so we went all the way around.
We made it around the
Amanda
hump.
said, turn the 4-wheel on, let's do it. I said, all right. So now this is a loop, and this is as you can see, the trees are not real mature here, and it's growed up, and it's kind of like a little park setting here, and we're thinking about putting little cottages in this little area. So the mountain's got different personalities. You got, this would be kind of like a little park area, and then just to the right of this road is the road that we were gonna put another road up in there, and there'll be homes up in the woods, and that's kind of got somewhat of a slope to the topography.
Yeah.
So let me go through this. So we cut this road last year.
It's starting to sprinkle outside.
Man, this thing is pulling good, man.
Oh, it should.
So down there, we shot the camera back through here, and you can see this little road. So it's not a real wide piece of property. You can see industrial road there. And I left a real long tree hedge. I didn't disturb any of the foliage, you know, so you don't see the road from back here. So I'm thinking, Amanda, this might even be like a little community, all of its own right here.
Its own right there.
Yep. And then I left all this, and we can come down here and tuck some homes in these woods.
Yeah.
It's you know, I'm not an artist, and I don't know how to paint and all that stuff, but man, when I get in on this land,
you're an artist in another way.
I'm an artist with a bulldozer, I guess. I don't know. This is just, I love walking this land and thinking about where we can put homes.
Yes.
But see how it's tucked down in there? You could put probably 3 or 4 homes in here that people would just be down in the woods. And then, of course, all to your right, as we go out, there's another road up there and homes on this bank here. So if we go back to that plat map that we showed you at the beginning of the video, now we're gonna take a right and go back up into the holler, where we're gonna try to put that community center place where you can kind of work on your home.
Okay.
And we can gather together.
Okay, so wait a minute, to get our bearings.
Yep.
So this is, you show them to the left.
I should have brought that plat. But
know,
that's industrial road. That's where we came in. It's probably only 400 or 500 feet that way.
Okay, and then we're going to go back straight, and
Yeah.
this is the road.
Yeah,
Where we're
let's
going
see,
now.
let's see if we
Careful
can
right
keep
there.
from getting stuck.
Yeah. There's a big drop off right there.
Wow.
So go slow.
Ford tough, man.
Listen, it's a King Ranch, baby.
King Ranch, baby.
I love my truck.
And man, you're almost out of fuel.
I know, I meant to get gas this morning, but I'd have been late.
You meant to get what?
Gas.
Gas.
What?
Meant to get gas.
I meant to get gas.
Now, up to the right, I tell you what, maybe we
wanna
should
get out?
stop and get out.
Yeah, let's get out.
There's a little, man, everything's so green and growed up.
It is.
Like Daniel Boone said, it's the greenest state in the union.
And you know, it takes no time, even if you clear something out, it takes no time for it to grow back. Mother Nature will put it back.
Start to sprinkle this a little bit. All right, so as you guys can see how this goes back in here. Well, right back here where we come down the road, there's going to be a Y, and it's going to go up in here because our property line is back in there.
Okay.
And we're going to, from our property line to here, we'll put a road in the middle and follow this. This is that road I had on the plat at the beginning of the video. It'll go all the way back. It's almost 2,000 feet back as it gently goes up the top of this ridge. And as we gain elevation, it'll go around those two flat areas. Remember it went up and it split? Well, this is the road that goes up and splits to the flat areas. This will be onto the right side and go up this mountain, follow it around, and then they'll split off two areas. Now we'll do a walkthrough and love to show you more when we get up in there. Now that the foliage is really thick, it's hard to see the flats and stuff, and we don't have a road up there yet. As you can see, we have roads here. We have this already kind of talking to the county already with the Newport utilities. The water's already out at the road. Electricity is not a problem. And then I'm doing a twist on the sewer because we brought the sewer up for the main part of the mountain development. This will just be a continuation of it.
Okay.
And so anyway, I'm going to take...
There is a creek.
There's a little wet weather creek in the middle of July and August. It may not be flowing, but this is a part what I wanted to do is have a pond at the middle, or at the beginning, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to put a water line to the top, and we circulate the water.
That'd be so
and
great.
then little cottages. Can you see this? You park here, have a little bridge, and then your house is over there on the other side of the creek.
Yeah.
So we're going to have creekside houses. We're going to have cliff hanging houses up in here. I'm also coming up with a container basement home. So
Yeah.
when you get steeper on these mountainsides, we're going to notch that in. I want to set a container, a floor, and you park out on top of the container. Your house is on top of the container. And now you have a container for storage, a basement. You can remodel it. You can put a home in it if you would like. It'll be insulated. And then we can put them all the way back up there on that cliff. So almost every home on the cliff dwellers can actually have a container that you're parking on.
Wow.
That's, of course, an upgrade if you'd like to do that. But wow, what a potential that you have for your home and for living and Airbnbs and all that. And we can do that all the way around the steep, we call them cliff hangers.
Okay.
You know, or cliff dwellers.
Cliff
dwellers, yeah.
Okay.
You want to take a ride up there?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So with that little wet weather creek here, and there's a mountain, and it kind of goes up pretty steep, but there's a creek bank. Now this creek will never overflow because there's not a lot of water that comes through here. But if we enhance the creek with our river rock and our water pumps and stuff, I can see little cottages just over here tucked in the woods. Can't you see that on the side of the mountain?
Course.
Airbnbs are welcome here. People that want to live here full time, of course, you guys can be here. Now this dirt piled up used to be a pond.
It did.
And it was here forever, and it actually was almost filled up with dirt. So we kind of cleaned it out, pushed the dirt out of the way, and this will all be graded. And I don't know if we'll have that pond back in here. I'll probably
Can we
just...
get out and show what that looks like out there?
Where's that?
Down there. What is that going to be?
It's all nasty right now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I
I want to go back up here and show you. So this is the holler that goes up the valley.
Okay.
All right, and this is it's just a deep holler, right? And there's a creek setting to the left. Up on the right, that's where the road is on the plat at the beginning of the video. It'll all be up onto the right. This is going to be a common area for everybody to have, like a park. And across the street, see over there across that holler?
I mean, they can't really see it. Should I get out and look at it?
To
show what the
yeah,
common
let me
area
go
is
up a
gonna
little
be?
bit further.
Yeah, and then we can look back
Yeah,
at
I
it.
think I'll see
too
how
hard to
growed
see
up it
from
is back
here.
here. I think this is it. Man, it is so growed up. Yeah, let's get right
It
here.
has.
Man, hope I don't run out of fuel.
Unless we go 23 miles,
You got 20 miles left on that big truck.
20 miles left.
All right, so you guys can see a little bit how this lays, how it opens up and flattens out in here. So this is the whole length of Buffalo Creek, and it comes all the way back in here. I bet people are wondering, Randy, why did you call it Buffalo Creek? Can you watch where you're walking there, man? It's kind of, they've left some dirt piles. Well, what happened was, when I was a kid, I'll never forget the day it happened. Well, in 1972, and see this big area, and this is be a common area. There's no homes built here. It's a common area that goes really all the way deep. We're about halfway up this holler from Industrial Park Road all the way up in the holler where the old home place is going to be and the two other flats. And we're going to leave this as common. We may put an entertainment shell here for bands, for get-togethers, picnics, tables, gazebos, amphitheater.
We couldn't think of it.
Amphitheater. And this creek here, it's got some water in it, right? When Mandy gets over here, I don't know what she's taking so long for. She needs a nap.
I need a nap.
I need a nap.
I need a nappy poo.
But we're going to dress this creek up. We've got a lot of beautiful river rock that came in off the pond. We're going to line this river rock, keep it from eroding. And it's in the summer, in the dead heat of the dry summer, this creek will dry up.
It'll dry up, yeah.
So what we're going to do is, I want to enhance it with our own pumps and water system, so it'll always go. But in 1972, I'll never forget, my dad loaded me up in the car and took me for a ride. We lived in Michigan, and took me to a place I've been saving and thinking, and Dad was going to get me a motorcycle. And I was 12 years old. And I remember we were heading up towards somewhere in Detroit, and on the radio, there was Buffalo Creek disaster.
Oh, God.
And it was in West Virginia, Lundale, West Virginia. And that's where my mom's from, her sisters, we got cousins, family, and I'll never forget. And Dad said, Lord, listen to that. And sure enough, there was what they call them tipples in a mine, and they had a retention pond that they had washed the coal, and it had filled up with coal dust, and the pond was full. And for some reason, how it happened, it exploded with the heat of the coal, and everything was coming together, and it blew that dam up. And it was like a holler like this. And people in West Virginia, they live on the sides of the banks of the mountains. They live like right there, and that mountain goes straight up. And my aunt lives on the side of a mountain. So when that dam blew from up there, it was a wall of just black coal dust soot that come through there, and it was massive. They said it was, I guess, 50 to 100 foot tall wall of black wave, and it just destroyed the whole valley. And my cousin lost his wife, I believe, in that, and it was just a disaster. And the whole holler was full of mobile homes, and people lived there for years. Anyway, I want to call this Buffalo Creek in just remembrance of my mom, where she's from, her family. I got a lot of cousins up there, Greg and Billy Jack, and just all of them that live up in there still. And it's just kind of neat to be able to do that in remembrance of that. But that's what this is about. We call it Buffalo Creek. I'd like to have some big buffaloes up there at the entrance. And then, like I said, this holler goes all the way back to where there's a home place. So there you have it, everybody. It's kind of the history of what we're doing. I get excited because I can look back here and I can see how the land, there's a holler that cuts up back that way, and how the road will be cut up here. We're going to have maybe some cottages along the sides.
And just so everybody knows, that connects to the mountain.
Well, this whole 160 acres
is the mountain.
Is together. So
Yeah.
the mountain property, this mountain separates this from the original mountain development, the 85 lots that we have out front.
Yeah.
This can continue around the mountain development, way back in the back. So we've got some years to work on this, and it's exciting to think if we want to keep building. This may be the only part we develop. I don't know if I'll develop any more. We got the 85 lots, and then we got this holler that'll be we think it'll be about, I've walked it over, I think we can get about 200 home sites in here. And I think it'll be a cute little community
Yeah.
with some community buildings here to gather. And we're going to do that first of all, first thing we do. I want to put our home, put like our ESP or build a building back there that you guys can come together, because we'd like to have some folks in here by the first of the year.
Okay.
And that way you can gather together. Across the street, I got this lodge thing, and it's going to take time. And that was our first venue to start doing all that. And so we, you know, it's the thing about getting money, right? If we had all the money we needed, we'd build everything and be done.
Sure.
So we got to have your key money that helps us get going. The $10,000 key money does not pay for the infrastructure. The lot rent here is $300 a month. Anything on this mountain, as you can see, with the enhancement of the creek, the roads, the keeping up, the drainage, and the steeper you go and the higher you go, it's just more money to keep up, okay? So there you have it. We're at Buffalo Creek. Got the plat map at the beginning of the video. You've kind of got an overlay. I know it's kind of hard to see where we're at, but I hope you guys can have a vision that we do of how pretty this is, and how the homes will be tucked up in the woods along here.
And what homes can be at Buffalo Creek and on the mountain?
You can have, on the mountain, they're already selected. You know, they're model homes. The mountain came together as more of a, our model homes over there. The Buffalo Creek, as we've matured and we've learned more about our structures and what we're doing, we do allow credit boxes here, right? You can have credit boxes. The new cottages coming out. The Woody line now is coming out. And then, of course, our model homes can come here. So just about everything. Now, some lots are going to be a little bit better accessible than others. Some will be smaller, some will be bigger, determining on the grade of the mountain and how it lays and all that. So they're pretty much going to be universal, that you could probably put a big old Birmingham on it, or you could put an Incredibox on it.
Okay.
But we do have restrictions that if you do a home, if we don't do it for you and you don't pay it in a package, we're going to be offering package deals. If you buy this home, if you want these amenities, you want a deck, you want a roof, you want underpinning, you want what you want on it, we'll be adding those packages to this development. And so if you want that, that'll help you. But if you don't do it, you're going to have these things done in a time frame that'll have it completed on the outside.
Okay.
You know?
All
So
right.
there you
Good.
go.
It's beautiful.
I know it.
All right.
So there you guys have it. Buffalo Creek Development. And believe it or not, we're going to continue because we do have other developments going on. We got the Abbeville. We've gone to the Planning Commission and the City Council, and we'll see how that goes. It's all contingent on their approval. We've also got Crystal, Nevada. You know, it's 15 acres that we're going to try to get that rolling too. We got to get, you heard me talk about that. And we're also looking at some other land and other places, other properties. That's always going to be a continuation, because what we've found is we build these homes, a lot of people said, I got to have a place to put it. So now we're developing land so you can buy our homes, right? And that's why we try to do it in a minimal cost. The $10,000 key money that takes you to get the right to be on one of these lots helps us get the infrastructure. It is not all the money that can afford all this. I mean, it's more than 10 grand to put the roads, the power, the water, the sewer, and all this in here. But it's a numbers game for us to keep going. All right? Thank you, guys. I know I've talked a lot. Call us if you want to live in Buffalo Creek.
There you go.
Bye.